Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's training is going to be on Expedia TAAP on the new feature of how to add extra commission and or a fixed service fee. So that's what our training is going to be about today. My name is Deidre Norton. I am a platinum leader and consultant with Archer and Evolution Travel. I am the team leader of Team Powerhouse. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, let me shut this off, get the chat back open. If you guys are going to ask questions too, if you ask a question and I don't answer it immediately, if you can unmute, go ahead and do so because it's hard for me to keep up with the chat while I'm doing this training, okay? So does anyone have any booking right now that they would like me to go through that you want to do in Expedia? If you do, just unmute and let me know. All right. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'm actually been working on some quotes today. It's for an elderly couple that is going to New Orleans in June. His wife is handicapped in a wheelchair. So I'm looking for accessible rooms. So I kind of have some already pulled up. Okay. So not every time when you go to click on a booking. Now I want to add this too. Right now, if you were to create a package, meaning airfare, any kind of transportation and resort, hotel, whatever it might be, the feature to add extra commission or service fee is not available because we can't add commission on for flights. All right. So in order to use the new feature, service fee or extra commission, right now it is only on hotel, okay, or resort. So you can't package anything. They are in the process. I just found this out yesterday, which is super exciting. In the process to being able to allow you to add some commission or service fees to flights. We don't know when that's going to happen, but I did find this out yesterday. So with that being said, we're just going to search lodging for today. And now every time that you click on a particular property, resort, hotel, if you're doing if you're trying to find an all-inclusive or something like that, not every property is going to have that feature available. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's just go ahead and click on this one right here. So this is the Royal Sonesta in New Orleans. I kind of already been looking at it. Now, what I mean is you would come down and you would pick your room category, obviously, being accessible. We're going to pick this one right here. And if you go to reserve it, so even if, all right, I'll tell you what, you can generate a quote. So let's generate a quote with this. All right, so you see over here, let me get this out of the way. All right, so on the right-hand side, it kind of gives you your pricing. And if you scroll to the bottom, so this property allows you to add an agency service charge. So if you click on the little information button, it just says the agency service charge is a fee between the agency and the traveler for services provided to the traveler. The charge may be subject to tax. So you can add percentage or you can add a fixed amount. Now, I have found in here that the max percentage is 30%, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I was going to add 32% to this, it would be $922. Wouldn't that be fabulous? And I cannot believe that it's going to align. All right, so see what it said? So 30% is the maximum percentage that you can add. So let's say we're going to add, let's say we want to add an extra 10%. You just hit 10%, and that's going to add $288.41. Now, I specifically probably would not add that much on there because we're already looking at our total price of being $39.20. And this is for 2 rooms too. So $39.20. So what I would probably do is go ahead and take a look at what my commissions is going to be. So if you're trying to generate a quote, this is probably not the best way. It takes a little extra step, but I'll show you how I kind of determine what my fee is going to be. I go ahead and click reserve, even though I'm trying to do a quote, because I'm going to go back and do that quote. So I'm going to click reserve. And then this is going to bring up to where you would actually do the booking as if you were prepared. So you see the total here is $28.84.18 because it's given us a discount for that client. But what I typically do is scroll down to see what my commission is going to be on this. So I'm already getting a pretty good commission right here on this booking. You know, I might add an additional $100 and then watch what this does. It brings your total commission to $345. So you're going to earn an extra $100. Okay. Now let's go back and do a more simple booking. We're going to let's do, to see what happens right here. Cancun. We'll do, let's just do August 16th through the 23rd. 1 room, 2 travelers. Let's do a search. Let's see if this one allows it. So let's just pick this particular one right here. All right, so this is going to allow us to add a service charge. So you come here and I'm already earning $479. So what I would probably do with this particular booking, before I chose to add that service charge, I would probably go price this resort out maybe in Vax, Vacation Express, or something like that. But again, you can add 5%, brings it to $664. And then let's edit this. Let's just say we wanted to only add an extra $100. You could do it this way, which is 2.7%. If I'm going to add commission or add a service fee, I probably would do at least 5% depending on the situation. So this, you know, booking something like this, it may take a little bit more of your time. And if you were to do just a basic hotel room, let's do. Las Vegas. I just did some quotes this morning for Vegas, and it was for September 11th through the 15th. So we're going to do 1 room, 2 travelers. I love this new feature. I mean, sometimes even making an extra $50 is decent enough, right? So here's where this is one I think that I'm going to show you. We're having pretty good luck today because all of these are allowing us to add service charges. Let's just choose this. All right, so we're going to scroll down. So you see $122 is what I'm going to make. So I quoted this particular resort a while ago. And what I did was, so this is 8.5%. So let's say I want to make 12% commission. I'm just going to come up here and add another 4% because you can't do 4.5. It's going to add an extra $57.79. You hit apply. And then see how it brings your commission up. Does anyone have any questions so far? It's really pretty easy and pretty simple. I would love to be able to find one that doesn't allow that.
I do have a question whenever booking with Expedia TAAP. Um, I noticed because I've done a booking already that there's a section on the side that says like basic, basic premium, or like basic plus and then premium for the commissions. What does
Hmm.
that mean? Does that mean that they offer more or?
Yeah, it does. Your premium properties obviously are gonna pay more commission. So when you do a basic, that's gonna be the least amount of commission. So let's go back and look at that for a second, and I'll show you what I mean.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. Oh, the dates were here. Let's do the 18th through the 21st, one room. So you can filter out, obviously. So basic will give you your lowest tier of commission, then it goes up, okay? So just to give you an idea, let's choose a basic property. This is going to be basic plus. All these are premiums. Let's just filter out basic and see what it pulls up. All right, so this is basic. So if you click right here, see how it says 5%? So it means you're only going to make 5% commission on your basic ones. All right. Now, if we were to do basic plus, see how it goes up? 8.5%.
I see. Okay, I see.
Now, I don't always come in here when I'm doing a quote for someone and pick premium plus because you want to find the right hotel for your client, what they want, what they're after, what they need. So I don't ever filter out with these. I just kind of play around with it. But let's just say if we were to do a basic and we're going to choose this one. Let's pick a room. Let's just pick a simple one. So this gives you a pay now or a pay at property. So whenever you see this, pay now means the client is going to obviously pay when you make a booking, or you give them the option to pay in a property. Now, this is personal preference. I typically try always if my clients are not looking for a payment plan and they you kind of know they're ready to book, I will do the pay now because for me personally, I don't want to give this pay at property option if it's not necessary because look what happens when you click here. So now here's what I was telling you, ineligible for agency service charge. So if I was going to choose this property, I would not be able to add extra commission. So all I would get is 8.5%. Let's click on learn more, see what it says. Pretty much just tells us the same thing. So the reason that it's not available, and this makes sense, it's only going to be able to be applied when you pay Expedia. So if you choose the option for your client to pay at at the when they check in, then that feature is not going to be available to you. So that explains that. So let's go back here and I'll show you. If you pay now, let's see if that's truth behind that. Yep. So see how I can add that now. So I scroll down here and I see I'm only making 8%, 8.5%. Well, I want to make 12%. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add my 4%. And then it's going to allow me to earn $65 on this one booking. So that's kind of worth it, Now let's go back to where we were looking. All right. So let's do a premium property. So here, see, it comes up to 11%. Premium plus, which always, if you can book that, that's the best. It's going to pay you 13%. So you're going to make anywhere between 5% and 13% with Expedia TAAP. Does that help? All right. Does everybody kind of understand the basics of it like now?
Yeah, it's pretty forward, self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty simple. So you can find in here, and I don't know where it is now. I have to go back and look for it, but there is a training on how to use to do these service charges, but it's really not hard, you know, so it's pretty simple. It was posted. No, you cannot do that on packages. So let me go back and I'll show you what I mean, because remember I said in the beginning, Janine, that you can't add commission to flights right now. Like you can't do that. But I just found out yesterday, like I said, that they're in the process of us being able to add a service fee or extra commission to flights only, which is going to be super nice, you know, because we only have a few ways to be able to book flights to be able to earn money. So let's share my screen. So let's do a package and I'll show you what I mean. So let's just do a flight and I'll show you. We're going to leave from Atlanta. Let's go to New Orleans. Oh, we go to New York. It sounds like fun today. Let's do the 5th through the 9th. Search. So I'm going to go through this pretty quick. I'm a big Delta girl, so let's just go here, filter all this nonsense. I'm just going to pick the first flight that comes up. Pick this one. All right, so you see we're here to check out. There's nowhere to do that service fee. What they're working on is going to allow us to do that. So let's go Atlanta. Let's go to Jamaica. July 5th or July 12th. So I'm assuming that once they get it to where we can add service fees or commission to flights, then when you do a package, you may have that option. So I'm just going to pick the first one. I don't normally do packages in Expedia TAAP. I'm a huge, especially for all inclusive, I'm a huge Vacation Express girl and Vax, but it's all personal preference. So we're just going to do this, select this room. Again, filter out to Delta. Going to pick our flights. And then see the same thing again. It does not give you the option to do that service fee on a package. All right, if we have no other questions, anybody before we get finished up? I'm going to end the recording for now.